I used to way overthink this part, counting every calorie, stressing out over every single meal. And I'd still end up grabbing fast food or grabbing something from the pantry that just didn't match my diet. What finally worked was this: grilling a few high protein meats, adding a simple carb and a basic veggie, and then just rotating sauces and seasonings to keep things interesting. This is the meal prep. This is the style of meal prep that helped me lose 80 pounds. It can also help you lose all your weight fairly quickly while being cheaper, faster, and more convenient than almost any other diet I've ever tried. So if you like grilling, and you need to lose weight and need to help sticking with your diet, then this is the video for you. Before we dive into that though, if cravings are something that derails your diet frequently, then I made something for you. This is my cravings survival map. It goes through a list of things that you might be experiencing outside of actual hunger, and then you go through the checklist to help you defeat that craving. There's things like, chewing gum, simple things like that, but changing your setup, sit somewhere differently, or watch something new. Whatever it is, this is going to help you get through that craving, whether you're running on autopilot, stressed, bored, or just tired. And it's going to help you defeat that. If you want that, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. All right, so first let's talk about why meal prep works. Some of it is kind of intuitive, and you're going to, just know that that's going to be helpful for you, but you already have food ready. There's no excuses. If you're hungry, you don't have to feel unprepared. You can go get it. Now, yes, you might have to remember to pack it or whatever for work, but that's it. You just pull it out of the fridge and it's ready. And if the recipes or the food is good enough, and that's part of where grilling for me comes in, then there is no, well, I have the food, but I just really don't feel like that food, because it is actually good food. It also saves money long term. Like being able to prep your food, especially in bulk, which my cookbook, which is also free, link in the description, has bulk recipes of delicious foods. It's going to save you a ton of money. And then, of course, it makes tracking way easier because you already have it in your log. Like one serving of X, Y, or Z is 500 calories and this much protein or whatever. It's already in there. And so you just log it. And so whenever logging becomes that easy, now you can track your food, you can log everything that you're eating. And it really is something that is a little bit more user friendly, if you will, than just having to log something random. Okay, so this is my grilling strategy. I grill like 2 to 3 meats every single week. And so today is going to be top round steak. And I'm going to get into like some good choices of what to grill. But it's going to be top round steak. And then usually, almost always, it's chicken, because that's just like the king of low fat, high protein food. And then pork tenderloin, or some other things. We'll get into that. But today it is going to be top round steak and chicken. And then you just add one basic carb. Now, potatoes, which is one of the carbs that I would recommend, goes on the grill as well, just like a baked potato. And then you can cut it up and have it, with the meat mixed in, almost more like a bowl, or you can have it as a baked potato. But either way, the potatoes can go on the grill as well. Or rice, that's another really good one. And then whole grain pasta. I have nothing against pasta. Half the recipes in my recipe book are pasta. And because there's so much protein in with it, and different methods of doing that, such as, cottage cheese, as, with seasonings and stuff, end up making like the cheese sauce or whatever. There's various ways, which you can see in the cookbook again, to increase the protein. Even with the pasta meal, it'll be 16 ounces of regular pasta, nothing special about it. And then I always like to try and add one veggie, whether that is just like a leafy green where you almost turn it more into a salad, or, Brussels sprouts, something frozen. Frozen is totally fine. Just heat them up in one of those freezer, or one of those microwave bags, steam bags or whatever, and then you have your vegetable. It's very important long term for your health, but also it's going to fill you up for way less calories than something else. And then you want to have sauces on deck ready to go. These low calorie sauces do tend to be a little bit more expensive. So G. Hughes is a go-to brand. There's lots of really low calorie, low sugar, sugar-free, fat-free sauces. Those creamier sauces, fat-free ranch works. It's not quite the same. So I do low-fat ranch, Italian dressing, things like that if you're going to have a salad. But from Italian, you can take the exact same meal and go with Italian's dressing versus some type of Mexican hot sauce, and you're looking at something that tastes totally different, even though it's the exact same meal. And that's really the power of what we're getting into. Okay, so the best meats, in my opinion, for grilling and to reach your goals, these are things that are going to be high in protein, low in fat. So top round steak is, no T-bones and stuff like that. I mean, they're good, sure. I don't even really enjoy it much. I don't know why. I like really lean steak. So top round steak is the go-to for me. Chicken breast, and yes, chicken thighs, but chicken breast is going to be the king. Shrimp and pork tenderloin. So shrimp, if you grill shrimp, you need like a basket thing. Let me see if I have one. I think I have one. So my basket from last year, yeah, okay, so I did replace it. My basket from last year broke. So it has a little handle that comes out from it. It's just like a skillet that you put on the grill, perfect to grill shrimp in. And then the other go-to is pork tenderloin. Pork tenderloin is just a lean. It's like, the other white meat. I've heard that kind of saying before. It's not true. It's definitely higher in fat than chicken breast or whatever, but it tastes a little bit different. I use it as like a breakfast staple. So you combine it with eggs, and it's kind of like you're having ham and eggs. That's another go-to way of doing it. I'm going to get into some tips that have really helped me with weight loss and meal prep and everything. But the reason this is so cool, and actually, there's a tip in there that's like essential that you hear. But before I get to that, the reason this is so cool is because you just pull out, in this case, top round steak, you measure out a cup of rice, and you have a rice and steak bowl. You can put a low carb tortilla around that and add some Mexican hot sauce or add some, sriracha or whatever, and you got a delicious meal. Add some low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese. And again, this just keeps on going. And all you had to do was prep the meat on the grill, really. Of course, with the carbs, I mentioned the potatoes go on the grill, but with rice, a rice maker is a lifesaver. We have a pressure cooker that was given to us. It's been one of the best things that we've had, because with a rice maker or a pressure cooker, you just put in the rice, put in the right amount of water, and you just set it, and then it cooks for you. So that's really nice. And then you can do other things. It kind of keeps it warm. Then you can come back to it later and put it in a bowl. And that's where it really gets easy. Now, my recipe book has a bunch of recipes in it, not like this. But this is a way that, if we're low on time, we just had a baby 3 weeks ago. So I've been really low on time. This is a Monday. I normally have my video already out on Monday. So I'm filming a little bit late, and I figured I'd make grilling and meal prep part of the video today. So here's some tips on, what we're doing here to make it a little bit better for fat loss. So 0-calorie sauces and low-calorie rubs. Be careful with adding the rubs, though. They are not calorie-free. You can't just literally sauce it up and just expect the same results as if you were tracking all that. So I keep choking up because of the grill. But use 0-calorie sauces if you can, or low-calorie sauces. Almost no sauce is actually going to be 0 calories, but still, mustard, hot sauce, low-fat or fat-free ranch, low-fat, fat-free Italian dressing. Things like that are going to marinate and make the meat taste good. Don't add oil. I would just skip the oil. With grilling, I don't know. I never use oil. There's no reason. Non-stick doesn't really exist with the grill. So just skip the oil. You're going to save yourself tons of calories. Buy at Costco or Sam's or any of those bulk places. It's going to save you so much money. Top round steak there is so much cheaper than getting a steak from Walmart. The chicken there is like $2 something a pound, and it's trimmed pretty well. So I would just definitely recommend that. And then here is the all important thing when it comes to meat being a staple of your diet. If you make it like this, you're going to be weighing it when it's cooked. So you're going to pull it out, pull a chicken breast out of the fridge. You have to divide the weight that you come up with. Man, I got to get out of this grill. You got to divide the weight that you come up with. So let's say you pull it out and it's 3 ounces, 3 ounces of chicken. This is going to be an easy math one, but whatever it is, you divide it by 0.75 and you'll get the true weight. Because when it was raw, it was bigger, it weighed more, it lost a lot of water, but it didn't lose the calories. So you have to divide that by 0.75 in your phone, and you will get the true weight of what you should be logging. So if you pulled out 3 ounces of chicken or 3 ounces of top round, and they're all going to be a little bit different, but 0.75 I found to be just like a really good round way of remembering it. That's going to get you the same results. So if I have, 3 ounces of top round steak, I divide by 0.75 is going to give me 4 ounces what I actually have to log. This is a major mistake I see with my clients, is that they're eating protein. They're trying to get more protein. That's great, but they'll end up eating 300 calories more than they thought or something for the day, which makes a big difference over the course of multiple, days and weeks. Maybe even more, maybe close to 500 calories per day, because they forgot that it used to weigh more. So you have to, if it's 4.5 ounces, here, I'll just show you real quick. Let's say that I weighed out 4.7. Let's try to get more on the light here. Let's say I weighed out 4.73 ounces of chicken according to a scale. 4.73. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my gosh, hope you can see that. Divided by 0.75 is 6.3. Oh my gosh, the glare. There we go, 6.3. That's how much, top round steak I would actually be eating. So that's important. That's going to be a huge difference of calories there. Probably like 150 calories. You do that a few times a day, that's the difference between weight loss and no weight loss. So this is a huge tip that if you're still here, I'm so glad you heard it. There's a loud truck coming by, and the video is done anyway. So guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.